Charlie Bonnick here with UCCS Athletics, here with head coach Jeff Culver of your UCCS men's basketball team. Now, first off, Coach, how you doing? How was New Year's? We haven't really got a talk since 2016.
Yeah, brand new year, right? The holiday was great. I got some downtime with family, and that was nice. And then we've had some good work weeks now, 2 weeks now with the guys where they're not bogged down with the class schedules, so we're able to get some good work done. And it's good to be back, though, for sure, in the new year here, and hopefully able to continue some momentum that we had going in from last week.
Just taking a quick look back, your last game was against Western State. It was at home, and it was a good win. So taking a look at that, what did you really see from your team?
Well, that's the thing for us. Again, it's whether we win or lose, we want to play well and play better than the previous game, ideally. And I thought we played well. We finally put close to a full game together. We didn't have, we've been putting halves together, but not full games together. And I thought that was one of our better full game efforts. So shot the ball a lot better than we had been, and I thought we defended well. It was nice to see, nice to have that, but it's one game, just as we won't get too upset with any of our losses in the past. We're not going to get too excited when we win a game. We know that we're still, on a long journey ahead of us here with this conference schedule. So, again, just trying to get better every day, and hopefully we'll show well tomorrow night.
And you have a big weekend this weekend. You have 2 games, and first off, you guys are playing Adams State. So really, what do you know about Adams State, and what's going to be the biggest factor for that game?
Well, they're a hungry team. They've got a lot of good guard play, and they're well coached. They can pressure. They can really create some tempo. They're one of the highest scoring teams in the conference, shooting percentage-wise as well as points per game. So, I think similar with Western State, where we knew we were going to have to get back in transition and really try to take away the easy shots and make them work for everything. And it's going to be pretty similar to Adams State, where they get a lot of guards that can put it up, in big numbers. So we'll have our work cut out for us on the defensive end.
And last game, you guys, Western State, it was, like you said, a very guard play. And the guards stepped up. Trayshawn Wolford had a big game. Elijah Ross, 19 points. So, what is the challenge for them this game, and what are you trying to limit for them?
Well, everything for us with our guard play really comes down to assist to turnover. We've struggled quite a bit with that this year. We were a little bit better with that against Western State, but we got to take care of the ball, especially against a team like Adams that pressures us that much more. And if we're not careful, then, we can get ourselves in a bind. So they mix up their defense as well. They switch a lot. It's a matchup zone. So they'll give us some different looks that we're not used to. And I really think that our guard play is going to be critical, especially pertaining to how well we take care of the ball.
And after all of those non-conference games and being on the road and going to Oklahoma and Texas and now having a couple of games at home, how nice has that been, really getting into this routine?
It's been nice to settle in. We normally like to have home games when our students are around so we can, pack the gym. I thought Gallagher actually had a nice crowd last week. We're hoping we can get some people out this weekend too. So that's the one downside of having these games over break at home is that, our student population, 12,000 students are gone. So, but it is nice to not have to travel. And it's nice that we don't feel rushed. Our weeks, we've been able to settle into our work weeks and not feel rushed, having to deal with travel plans and everything like that, especially with weather, that can always slow down your days and really put a wrench in the week for you. So that's been nice.
And, talking about a couple of those downtimes and really focusing in practice, what have you guys been focusing on? Has there been any, key words that you guys have been emphasizing during practice?
Well, it's all the little things, really. I mean, both ends of the floor, but especially for us now on the offensive end, there's just so many little details of, setting screens and using screens and taking care of the ball and executing our plays and creating good space in the offensive end. And there's just a lot of little things that we're able to tweak with our offense and really work on some of the breakdowns of our particular, looks, if you will, and certainly have some defensive things that we've been working on too, and rebounding and just guarding the ball a little better, and that'll also be on display Friday. Whether or not we can guard the ball, is going to be a big key. But yeah, just a lot of little things that we're able to dive into some more details that we normally can't do while school is in session. And
we've been talking about all this season about really not having that go-to player. It's been kind of every player stepping up at any certain point of the season or any game. So really, has that still played a factor? And, is there a player coming into his own and really taking that scoring role?
Not really, and I think that's the key to when we're good at sharing the ball, and passing the ball. And a lot of that comes down to trust, trusting that your teammate is going to be able to make a good decision with the ball when you pass it to them, So, that unselfish attitude instead of the me first and a lot of dribbling and just one-on-one play, which is not what we're about. And so, I think at times we stress a little bit when we get guys, when we get down, that they want to put the team on their shoulder and just play one-on-one, and I'm going to go make that 10-point basket. And that doesn't work well for us. So, when we share the ball, knowing that we do have good depth and a lot of capable guys that are able to put the ball in the hole, that's when our passing gets that much better. And we just need to continue to trust that and do some things to allow for that ball movement to free up a little bit more, and that's really when we're looking good. We can get at least 18 assists, that's when I know we're playing well, especially when the turnovers are down, in the lower teens.
And Coach, last question, you have Adams State first and then Fort Lewis, two very tough teams this weekend. So really, how do you attack a doubleheader weekend? Do you look at the first team? Do you look at the second team? Or do you just kind of go with the flow? What's the process with a doubleheader weekend?
Well, our guys are only worried about Adams State right now. That's it. As a staff, we certainly have to prepare for both. It's too tight of a turnaround to wait until Friday night's done to prepare for Saturday. But really, our guys just maintain focus on Friday night's opponent. And we as a staff try to prepare them during the week. Maybe we'll put in some stuff that we'll need handy or tidied up for Saturday's game. But we feel really good about knowing our opponent for Friday night, and the guys are ready and have a good vibe on what to expect Friday night. And then Saturday, it is a whirlwind. It's a quick turnaround to be able to prepare the guys, and it's like cramming for a test, really. When we're putting scouting report in their hands on the day of without too much prep. That's where you see a lot of the veteran teams will have some more success on those Saturdays, on those day twos, or our returners that are conscious and remember, the guys from the other team. I mean, Fort Lewis is doing a lot of the same things they did last year. And so our guys that were around last year are able to, it's a quick study for that. It's the learning curve is much smaller, but for new guys and for young teams, it's a little bit tougher to get prepared on day two.
Well, there you have it. Head coach Jeff Culver of your UCCS men's basketball team before the doubleheader weekend, and then going into Adams State tomorrow at 7:30. Coach, good luck.
Great. Thank you.